Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Another beautiful day in Yakima. I got King Henry out here with me. COVID is an agenda. And it's less wind today, so I'm gonna hold this up. The one thing I forgot though, is I forgot my camera handle. If I'm not forgetting one thing, I'm forgetting the next. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens with two of us today.
We already got 2 honks and I just got here.
You can't hear King Henry, we already got 2 honks. So it's a good start, we just got here. Faster than I could set up a live stream, we already had some honks to support. So, we'll see how 2 men interact. You know about Event 201? Event 201, you heard about it? Simulation of the coronavirus pandemic 1 month before the outbreak by all the pharmaceutical companies who've rushed out the vaccine. And look at all 3 of those companies. They've been sued the most for medical damage and death, and they rush out a vaccine. It's a big agenda. People gotta wake up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make these song signs definitely stronger, no doubt about it, because the wind blows them around a bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah, I can hear that one's coming off.
I think that might start ripping off.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this differently. The wind's just too much. We just lost a sign. Here, I'll just hold, I will hold this one over here. 1 second, Truth Seeker. This is the one. Maybe I can get some to stay low on the ground here. I wonder if this will stay.
Everybody must be on that COVID.
Nah, the wind blows it. Wind blows it. There, that might work. Wind might shield it there. We'll see if that sign stays.
Everybody looks like they're on that COVID vaccine right now.
You know about Event 201? You should want to know about it. Coronavirus pandemic simulation 1 month before the outbreak by all the pharmaceutical companies putting out the vaccine on the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China. Big coincidence. So Henry's got the COVID is an agenda, and I got the research Event 201. And just as a little heads up, in a few days, I'll have a new tool out here. I ordered a megaphone. That way I can really reach the people in their cars. So my voice is already pretty loud. I think through the megaphone it's gonna be car window piercing for sure. But yeah, I just decided I'm gonna make this my new hobby. I'm gonna try to put in at least 2 hours a day, every day, on this corner till, you know, pretty much everyone in this small little town's driven by and seen the sign at least one time. I figure if I do that every day for a month, I should see a lot of people. Thank you for the likes. We're halfway to 100. The rest of the people in the room could get us there. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to just strap this camera to my head. Then I can hold 2 signs with 2 hands too on these days where it's too windy for the big sign, which I realize is gonna be a lot of days because it's usually windy in this town. She has to get vaccinated. Sure, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's gonna be. If you want to participate, you got to get the vax.
There we go, Zach.
What's that?
Just gave us a hands up. The motorcycle.
He gets it. He gets it.
Oh, she looked ornery.
She could be on her special time. You just never know. So Henry's got the COVID is an agenda sign. I got the research event 201 sign. I have a feeling the COVID is an agenda probably just resonates more with people as just a single sign, because a lot of people have no idea what event 201 is. What's that?
Oh, it's a little zipper. Zip by.
Oh, the car?
Everybody must be on that vaccine today.
Well, when we first got, it's funny, when I first get here, I always seem to have like an instant reaction, but then I never have the live stream up in time. It's funny, it happened yesterday too. I had two really good guys come by to talk about it. Were those our only honks so far when we first showed up?
2, and then we got 2 like thumbs up.
We got some thumbs up. We'll get some more honks, that's for sure.
I'm at, first in Yakima. Yeah, I'm on real far, but when you see us,
There's a new Mercedes. I just know there's a ton of Mercedes in this town now. This town did not used to have Mercedes-Benz everywhere.
I think they're just giving them away because the maintenance sucks.
Something is going on, man. It's just like, there are so many swanky cars in this town now. It wasn't like that when I got here.
About 8 years ago, I told Vita to go get a car. She comes home with the 740 BMW. I was like, what?
Really?
And just, well, it was a 2001 BMW, but it doesn't matter. You see the maintenance.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? He's saying something on Gematria, so he must be aware.
Oh, yeah, look, he's got a blinker.
Yeah, maybe he's coming back to visit us. That'd be cool. That lady, she's getting a kick out of it one way or the next.
You know, a lot of these people who are honking, now this may be my opinion, but I think a lot of them are conservative.
Oh, no doubt about it. I bet you the majority of them are Trump supporters too if you actually talk to them. But they seem to have a lot more of a clue than
Right?
the Seattle crowd.
Well, I can't even imagine when I'm heading down to California about all those idiots. They're probably going to be wearing 2 masks.
That's very possible.
Probably one on their dog, too.
No one in Seattle had a mask on their dog. I was asking them all about it, though. I was like, don't you remember at the beginning of the pandemic, the news even said cats and dogs could catch it. The United States of amnesia, they couldn't remember it.
Just right.
What's that?
Meet me at the post office.
Oh, yeah, for people who don't know, Henry just happened to be right where I was parking to come out here today. And I talked him into coming down to the corner for a little bit. His wife wasn't real keen on it, but I gotta tell you what, sweet lady's not real keen on me doing this either. She's like, nobody will ever hire me in this town. Is that Vita?
Yeah.
There's a hug. There's a hug. So. Do you have to get going now that she's back?
Yeah, she probably won't even get out.
Yeah.
She'll be like,
Yeah, no, that's okay.
all right, well,
I'll hold it down. Yeah.
I'll see you later,
Well,
Zach.
appreciate it, Henry.
Yep, I got to get something to eat.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Take care, Truth Seekers.
Yeah.
Peace, man.
Okay, yeah, his wife's here. Thanks, Henry. Have a good one, man. All right. Back to the one-man show. Woo, my signs. It's just too damn windy out here. Let me see if I can. 1 second while I do something. See, what I need to do is like triple up these signs, makes them a lot firmer in the wind.
Hey, is this Zach?
Yeah, it is, man. How you doing?
Man.
Hey, did you want to be on camera?
What's that?
Did you want to be on camera?
No. I was gonna say I don't want to be on camera.
I will not put you on camera then. Yeah, what's up, man?
Dude, I can't believe I'm actually running into you, dude. I follow your channel, I'm a subscriber and everything.
Nice to meet you. I'm Zach. Paul?
Yeah. Yep, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Dude, I'm fucking great. Yeah, I just got some free time, so just fucking. I'm from Western Washington. I was like, let me just zip out to Eastern. You know, I just love doing shit like this.
You drove out here today?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. I saw your little live stream yesterday. I was like, oh shit, he's in Washington State. I thought you were like out of state or something.
So you were banking on me coming out here today?
I didn't even know you were here, and then I'm literally like passing the fucking Yakima County Jail and shit, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, I wonder if Zach's out here. And then I see you in the corner. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I was yelling at you right there.
I could hear you say something about Gematrias. I was like,
hey,
okay.
Gematria. And just to see if you'd look, and then I saw the sign and everything. I was like, I wonder if that's Zach. So I parked and I was like, shit, man, I'll come out and see if it's actually him.
Indeed.
Yeah, dude, I've been following you for a couple of years and shit, and pretty much since you said that the Lakers gonna win this year, like 3 years ago. So yeah, I've been interested.
We had Oral Roberts over Ohio State yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't been following it. I turned the radio on when I was at the pass or something because there was no reception, and I guess like Eastern Washington was playing Kansas or something. I didn't even know they were in the tournament.
Oh yeah, they made it this year.
Yeah, I thought it was just Gonzaga representing Washington.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you're filming live right now?
Yeah, it's a YouTube live stream.
Oh yeah.
Indeed. So just trying to inspire more people to go out and do similar things because the time is now.
Absolutely.
Makes a lot of people look.
What sign you got? Let's see.
This one says COVID is a jet.
Oh yeah.
It's too windy. I got to make better signs because I got Velcro to hold up 4 signs at once on that pole over there, but with the wind, it blows them off. So.
I'd come back to me. What was your name?
I'm Paul.
Paul?
Yep.
Henry.
Henry, good to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Are you from around here?
Yeah, I'm from the west side.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
And you recognize Zach?
I literally was just thinking about him driving down the road because I saw he was out here yesterday, and then I see him on the corner, and I'm like, oh shit, I got stopped.
Yeah.
So kind of just happened. Yeah, I had no plans of running into him or anything.
Sweet. Well, I gotta take off.
Okay.
I had to come back to meet you.
All right.
There's a real deal right
Dude,
there.
I'll see you at some point. We'll see each other.
All right, take
Oh,
care.
yeah.
All right,
Take
see you,
care.
Henry. He's from here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, I like it out here, man. I
it's
do.
a lot sunnier.
Oh yeah.
How was the weather on the west side today?
Raining, the pass was snowing. Visibility was terrible, dude. I was squinting my eyes and shit. Like, I got sore eyes just from going over the pass.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's nice. That's what I wanted to do. Just come out here and kind of chill. You know,
Yeah.
just get away from it, have some time to think. You know, listen to shit like this on the way. You know, just positive mental attitude, positive shit that's going on.
I don't always have that, but yeah, I got to work on that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like everybody's bitching over there and shit, and like you come over to a place like this and you see how people live, it kind of just like puts everything in perspective. You know, like what the fuck are you complaining about? You know?
And it's amazing. We were in Seattle last weekend,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot different attitude over there. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Night and day.
Right on.
So what are your plans out east then? Just catch some
Dude,
sun?
I'm just relaxing. I get the day off. I got a couple weeks off, so I've just been getting shit done. You know, outside of work, all that stuff you got to do. Just trying to build new habits. You know, just trying to fill up like 16 hours a day with good shit.
Sure.
So,
Good plan. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
everyone should do.
yeah, I was gonna ask you, dude. You got any books or anything that like you could put me on? You know, like any recommendations? Because I already subscribed to you and shit. I don't know if you have a Patreon or something I could throw you some cash at.
Oh, I do have a Patreon page. Have you read my books? I got
No.
2 books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll take that right there.
So,
How can I link to it?
well, if I made them free to download off my Patreon page, but you can order my book from pretty much anywhere. My latest book.
Is it a physical copy book?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
It's called Number Games, and just if you type Zachary Hubbard, it should pull up, and then you can order it from a lot of different places.
Right, okay. I've already seen your name. There we go. Yeah, I'm big into numbers and shit and just connecting them, and I've noticed throughout my life that there's just so much shit that just adds up, but then it doesn't add up in the way they say it does or whatnot.
Right. Or it adds up too well.
Dude, I'll straight up say it. When I was in LA last year, and the day that, you know, the Kobe situation, it's foggy as shit, I remember it, right? So I
Right.
hear about that story, and the next, like, 3 seconds later, I was just like, no way, because he was in Philly. LeBron was in Philly last night, passing him. I was like, no way, that's way
it's too much. It's
way
too
much. And you start seeing, you know, stuff like that happen, you know, a couple weeks later, you know, a couple months, something else happens, and you're like, what the fuck? And these numbers all match up and shit. And you're like, even if you don't have to go deeper into the gematria, just on the surface level, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like 9/11, 9/11. I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, how the hell did that happen?
How old were you when 9/11 happened?
6 in the first grade. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember because all the teachers gathered together and we just got to play on the playground all day. And we're like, why the hell are we playing on the playground all day?
Sure. So I'm thinking about that. So you're like 25 years old now.
25. Yep.
Yeah. I wonder how my life would be if 9/11 happened when I was 6 instead of 18.
You're 18. Yeah, I always wished I was older just so I could understand something like that at a more mature, in a more mature way.
Could have been better that you weren't.
Yeah. You know, now that I see this happening as an adult, it's like, hey, I'm not just sitting on the couch and just going to be like, oh, you know, whatever's happening. It's like, shit, like this is the same shit that's happened for centuries, and you either realize it or you don't.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's a system that moves about a certain way with certain tactics, and these are what they look like, and most people don't recognize it because they've never been informed.
Right. And it's like, look, like I can only count on myself the rest of my life, and if I'm 25, like imagine I have 50 years left, you know?
Right.
So am I going to figure out how to be better and take all this information in and have it put me in a different direction than just fucking following everybody else?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm fucking with it, dude. You know, my dad thinks, just people in my family, you know, there's some people that are like with some shit I say, and then there's some shit I say that's kind of out there, and they're like, no way, like, you know, we're old, we saw the moon landing and shit. And I'm like, yeah, but like, why is Buzz Aldrin not that enthusiastic when he talks about it? He's not like, damn, like I'm the only man to ever fucking be at the moon. He's just like, yeah, we were at the moon. You know, it's cool.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. You're not selling it like you were actually there.
Right.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't pick up on those surface level things, man.
Right.
What about your friends? How are they?
I mean, I kind of keep my circle small. You know, I'm not here to go out and drink and shit and just entertain other people.
That's a smart way to be too.
Yeah, I'm trying to really discipline myself back reading again.
Good. Yeah, good for you, man.
You know, just
Something
fill myself with information. Like I like to kick some music off when I'm out here on the road and shit. And sometimes, you know, I really want to just strap down and listen to some good shit that's gonna benefit me.
Sure, that's good too.
Gotta have a little balance.
That's good too.
So, yeah.
Are you trying to look up the book?
Yeah, because I've only looked at your YouTube page before, and I've looked into like gematria calculators and stuff, but there's not really like a class for it or anything. So, you know, being somebody that, like I've never ran into like a mentor or anything for this. You know what I mean?
My new book, I laid it out like I teach somebody gematria in the first chapter, where it comes from, why it's relevant, who uses it. Here's the historical, you know, significance.
Right.
And then from there I get into what the topic of the book's about. So, yeah, I think you'll like the book Number Games if you read it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go buy it here in a minute.
I appreciate
I'll get back
that,
to my
man.
car. Yeah, I'm gonna get both your books because I can already tell that, you know, it's a top shelf book that I'm gonna be interested in right away.
I realize I need to order more copies because I there's a thumbs up. There's a honk. All right.
Yeah.
But I realized I need to order more copies because I had 3,000. I just been at the post office every day. I finally shipped them all off. But now that I've been on the corner, there's been people asking about the book. I'm like, I need to just have a stack of books here and like I'd give you one right now if I had more.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. I'll order some more copies.
I'll have to run into you again and get it autographed or something. You know?
Indeed, man.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I'm gonna be on this corner a lot. It's gonna be a social experiment to see how many days I can stand there in a row before more people get into it and like pull over and asking questions. So
you know what? It's interesting that, you know, not a lot of people are like, what? We got one honk and I've been here for like 10, 15 minutes or so, right? You put something left wing out there and people are honking all day long.
I know,
like,
I'm sure about Yakima in Seattle.
Okay. I'm a little biased, man, you know, just being from the west side, you know, Southern California and shit.
Well,
I've been all around, dude.
That's also going to be the social experiment because I'm doing is I'm starting a little organization called Signs Matter, and I'm going to pay like the homeless people that are down begging at Walmart right now $20 to hold a sign with a positive message for 2 hours and see how people interact with that.
I've wondered that too. If I put just me like not looking like a homeless guy, if I put a sign that says like, you know, XYZ happened, looking for college money, ASAP, just see what would happen versus somebody that's just like, you know, need weed or something, or
that's funny
testing
too.
human kindness.
True.
See you, Henry.
What's up, man? But
you know, just testing shit out there.
Indeed. Indeed, yeah. I'm gonna have them hold signs that say things like, "Your smile is contagious." You know, you
Right.
matter. Just with positive messages as people drive by and see how people feel about that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "What? The world? Isn't that the homeless person that's normally at the Walmart?" It is,
Exactly.
but today they're not asking for money. Today they got a positive message. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a crazy fucking world, man.
yeah. So, are you still a student then?
No, man, I'm
That was-
out on my own. I got a
Okay.
place out in Seattle. I'm into real estate. I'd love to have a place in like every county in Washington State, every county in California, for
Sure.
example. You know, that's a nice like kind of end goal dream to push myself,
Sure.
right? Because then I have options everywhere.
Where you want to stay, right?
You know, and then like you can do some really positive stuff when you can move around like that. And you know, a lot of people are restrained. Like down in California, I'm like talking to these young people, you know, whether it be girls or guys. I'm like, you ever been to the Bay? And they're like, nope. I'm like, fucking 26 and you've been in Southern California your whole life. You ever been to
been up
San
there?
Diego? Like one time. I'm just like what the fuck do you do all day?
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, I think that's it for a lot of people. Is they don't do much. They stay parked on their couch in front of their TV, and I think it's gonna become more and more that way. The way they're steering society. So
Yeah. No, I'm going against the grain on that shit. I'm not with that.
that's what everyone needs to do.
So, yeah, it's a good life, man. You know, we just kind of like complicate it and put bullshit in our way, and then we just complain about it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There's some support. There we go. Supporting the Subaru. There's a truck. All right, 2 honks in a row. There we go.
It's like we're just sitting out here on the fucking corner, like a couple of homeless people having a great time. You know, like we don't need that much to have a
Right.
good time in this world.
Right. Yesterday, I literally had a conversation with the security guard at the vaccination site.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, it's at the end of the thing, but
Okay.
at the end he explains that he just likes to watch South Park and Family Guy, and he doesn't really want to think about anything else, and he just wants a paycheck for his family.
Yep.
So I was like, wow, South Park, Family Guy, paycheck. Those are the 3 things he wants out of life.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, dude? I've done time in the system, like the criminal system.
Sure.
I won't be too. He's got the thing on, but like it really shows you what's important. It's like, you know, not all food is the same, right? Like not all hours. Like you just can't sit in a box and waste your fucking time away and just be like it's fucking kumbaya. Like there's so much to this world, and you know, some people are just too deep. Some people are fucking don't give a fuck, man. But like I'm just like, damn, like I want to inspire something else in people.
Indeed.
Because it's like I've seen the way that like the government treats people and shit, and you know,
That's what one of my
just
signs
the
says.
minimum. Yeah,
Inspire
it's the minimum,
others. You know,
right? And I'm like, we have so much fucking great potential within us, and we just look at like
we let it go to waste.
Yeah, exactly. We let all this stuff
Instead of being
bias
creative
us.
and making some healthy meal and saving yourself money, you do the lazy thing and go to McDonald's and eat some toxic shit like all these people in line over
Right,
there.
and even if it costs 3 times as much, you know, at some point, like if you have the money, you're gonna feel better if you just spend the extra money, make a nicer meal.
Indeed.
There's just nothing to me at this point, like no monetary amount that would be worth like doing time again. And it's not even the fucking inmates, dude. It's the fucking government. Period.
Indeed. Yeah. That's all
You know,
true.
I got respect for all the people in there, but it's the fucking government that
Creates the system that has so many
creates
people
the
in there.
system that has so many people in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, you
Targets
got-
them.
Yeah, I
Funnel
know.
drugs in and then make a drug war. Slave labor, man.
Yep. Yeah, you get over 10 years for a bar fight, right? You get less than 5 for like a serious sexual assault in your first
Isn't that
one.
amazing?
And that's half the reason that those guys get their fucking shit rocked, is because they're just like, yo, like you were out there, like we have wives and kids and shit, and we just had a little fucking manly dispute, and you like fucked on some kid and you got a quarter of the time that we did. Like you're gonna pay a physical price
Absolutely.
for that bullshit. You know what? It's the government enabling that shit.
It is. It's all part
I
of the
don't-
sick, twisted system.
I know. I don't want to get too deep into that one. Even like driving violations and shit. The way that
I think part of it is too is because
so
the
serious.
the political class, I think there is a lot of sexual predators, and if things ever go haywire for them and somehow they do get in trouble, then they have a short sentence.
Yep. But look at this, dude. I got a DUI. I didn't say shit when I got pulled over. I got dropped to a negligent, right? Minor shit. I have more, I would call it like legislation written in a driving violation than an assault conviction. An assault to the
Sure.
state. So how the fuck does that make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
Yep. And it's not even a DUI, it's a negligent driving. I've seen it, man. I've seen enough. You know, you don't need to see it all. Like, I've seen enough that it's like got me thinking on some shit. So
Yeah. And that's usually what it is too. Something happens to somebody that causes them to think about things more deeply than they have before, and then they kind of wake up.
right.
I think a lot of people have just been, life's just been too easy, too comfortable, and they never woke up. Yeah. How often do you come out here then?
I mean, it's the first time Eastern Washington in a few months, probably like 3 months or so. But I like to drive, man. That's my thing.
Sure.
Been to every county in California, driven to fucking Oklahoma without sleeping. So.
And for people who don't know, out here, I mean, it's a beautiful drive to drive from Seattle out here to Yakima. You cross through the mountains, you see all sorts of different terrain. I mean, I think a lot of people from other parts of the country would just have their mind blown with how beautiful that 2.5 hour drive is.
It's the geographical variance. If you guys type that in Google, there's a Washington Post time, and it ranks every county in the United States based off 6 features like low summer humidity, warm winter temperatures, geographical variation, and for me that's a big one. You know, I like, you know, Great Plains and stuff. I love Fresno, for example, and nobody likes Fresno. I think Fresno's a beautiful area, but you know, you get into like Washington, Oregon, California, there's so much geographical variance that will really blow your mind and kind of show you that there's so much more out there than these just population centers and kind of being funneled into the system and what everybody else is doing. Like, we were all designed to live on our own and shit as men and kind of create our own kingdom, and we're just all feeding into somebody else's giant ass fucking kingdom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like we were born into a sandbox, but there's rules to that sandbox, and you're playing in somebody else's sandbox your whole life. So we gotta break out.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot more to the world.
Like, we all gotta share the world and shit. I just don't want to fucking play in anybody else's matrix. Like, I just want to live in my own world.
Right. And not be controlled.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, we can all fucking share the land and shit and have a good life. Like, let's just all fucking meet downtown and have a fat barbecue and just be like, hey, what's up? Like, why are we all sitting at home watching Judge Judy? And then, like, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, it is like sitting here on the corner, you realize just how society's changed over time. Like 100 years ago, cars didn't exist. So people would be out here walking by on a horse, riding a bicycle, something like that, which is a lot easier to talk to somebody than when they're in their big, you know, few-ton car or however much their vehicle weighs.
Well, that's the thing about this generation is, like, we always talk about privilege and shit, and, like, look at 100 years ago. Like, these people would be shitting their pants if you saw that you could just take a car, like, from Denver through the fucking mountains to, you know, LA, the Bay, Seattle. You could just hop down to Texas in an air-conditioned car in the middle of August. You know what I mean? Like, all these old cowboys and shit would fucking shit their britches.
They never believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure a conversation back then, imagine in 100 years you can get from here to there in less than a day. Impossible.
Right, but, like, what's changed? Like, we've just become softer, but you take the machinery, but then you don't forget to build yourself up, and then it, like, you kind of become this force because you're like, wow, I have, you know, this new age technology, but I'm still building myself up as a strong individual with these classic traits at the same time.
Right, absolutely.
You know, and that's where you really become like a really strong individual that can lead people, because we're just getting fucking led by a bunch of TV screens at this point. Well, because there's not people out there in the street that are fucking spitting game like this, you know? And that's the thing. Fuck, man. I'll digress real quick.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I also noticed when I was young, they'd show us like, you know, the tribal people that still exist in the world. It'd be like on a PBS or a National Geographic Channel type of thing. But you would notice that the men, you know, because they're active, you'd see that their bodies are really ripped and fit. And then you look around at like the grown men in your society, you're like, look, everybody's got a beer belly. Again, it's because they use their bodies, you know, they're doing what we were made to do. In this society, everybody's kind of just like parked in a chair all day, whether they're in a driving chair getting from point A to point B, or they're in an office chair doing their job, or now they're in a chair watching the TV. It's just like everything everybody does is so reliant on the world that's been built around us, and it's just so simple and easy.
Exactly.
And it's ultimately not good for us. But we got some horns honking now. I think as the sun, it gets sunnier in the sky, people get more enthusiastic. Right.
Well, when you do those human actions, right, and it's thought first and then action, because you got to follow through and commit with that action. You get that natural internal satisfaction, because a lot of this shit really is inside of us, and we don't have that discipline. We're not doing the right actions, and then we're trying to just mask it up at the end of the day. You know, it's the same thing that, you know, the government and the media is doing, where we're not actually tackling real problems and shit. We're just creating politics to bitch about, instead of like, okay, like what are the real fucking problems in this country? Are we just gonna let one situation just blow up?
Absolutely.
And we need to just talk about this and this, and that one, short attention span, or like, hey, look, what's been happening to this country? Stagnant wages, for example. Like, okay, how can we actually fix that? How can we put more resources into people's pockets, so then they can create more time freedom and freedom for their families to actually do the shit that they want to do, instead of spending fucking 14 hours a day working off their debt.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's 100%.
We need to put people back in that human form where we were the ones who ran the fucking nature, so to speak, and nowadays we just outsource all that shit to governments and whatnot. And at the end of the day, it's like anybody could just go, if they read a few books, anybody could just go out in the middle of nowhere, you know, and survive overnight. Like, you could find, with all the information, you could find an area where there's not wild predators that you have to worry about, and you can go out there and build those skills up and shit, and you take those skills, and that's the shit that people in the cities just don't have. Like, you can just tell they just don't have that outdoorsman type thing.
Indeed. Most people don't. Because again, we're in this world where everything's automated. We're consumers we're essentially like human consumers instead of human beings. Like,
right. But then when you get to that point, you realize, like, you know, like, I still am, like, I'm the fucking horse at the end of the day for my own life, and all these other things are just tools. Like, I'm not being used as a horse for somebody else's tools. Because we're all individuals, and we're all responsible for our own lives at the end of the day. Like, this is, in my opinion, at least, a lot of people don't think so. You know, I don't participate in victimhood.
Right, and they do that. That's part of our culture too, for so many people to just see themselves as victims and make excuses and never achieve and become reliant on the system. That's what they want. They want a weak, dependent society. They don't want independent, skilled people. And that's also why they do what they do to us with school. You know, make you sit at the chair for 13 years, learn what they want you to know, and then you realize at the end, man, none of this was really that beneficial to my life.
Absolutely.
I mean, the things that you got in there, basic math, learning to read and write, that could have been done. I mean, you pretty much have those skills by 2nd grade. They could have just let you go right there and said, now go experience the world. Now you have the tools. Just remember to critically think.
Absolutely.
Yeah? So.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today? Yeah? Crazy world, man.
Yeah, there's... Fuck, dude, I start writing some shit down. I'd love to write a few books too, you know. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but, you know, I'm still in, like, the growth phase, and...
Well, you know what?
You know what I mean?
In hindsight, I wish I started my channel earlier, because you
really
could watch yourself grow.
Yeah.
The thing about this day and age is, man, you can't say much or they'll take down your channel.
Exactly, and it's kind of a one-time thing for me. Like, I want to be just ready to go, and then I can just, like, crack the dam and open the floodgate with everything. You know, I don't want to have to be like a starving artist kind of thinking of something next day. Like, I already want to have everything ready to go, basically. And it's like, you know, if I want to just start a website and they want to pull everything down, it's like, boom, I'm just going to, like, drop that shit on the website.
Sure. And
then I own it outright.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like the music deals and all the 360 deals where, like, Survivor and The Amazing Race and Big Brother and shit, I think they have 360 deals on that. So you get your fame off that, you get a fucking coconut water deal. Well, they own your name on that. Sure. Off any other deal you get for the rest of your life. You get, you know, some sort of deal to stand outside of some real estate company in your hometown. You're paying CBS. They fucking own your rights for that because of your face off TV. You know, so I want to be at the point where before I even, like, am ready to commit, it's like I know I'm going to own everything from the start.
That's smart. Yeah, you're thinking ahead.
Yeah,
I just realized, though, I mean, it's also hard to get everything, all your ducks in a row, where it's just ideal to start. Sometimes you just got to start and just get there. You know what you got to eventually do, but you just got to start and just begin the path.
Right. What's like this, dude? I didn't know I was going to run into you and start, you know, having this talk or anything. This is just unordered stuff in my head, basically, so to speak.
Sure. Well, I didn't announce I was going to be here, and I showed up here about 10 minutes before you drove by, so I guess it was meant to be.
I guess it was.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So where's the destination then? Today?
Fuck, I like to just keep it spontaneous, you know. It's kind of like I'm just going for a walk in the woods, so to speak.
Sure.
You know, I don't have a set destination. I know how to get around if my phone runs out of power or anything. Like, I'm good on that. You know, I spend enough time looking at maps and driving through, knowing the lay of the land. I mean, I'm like 2 counties away from every county in Washington State. Been to every county in California. I'm not even from there. You know, every state west of the Mississippi. So I've fucking seen some shit, man. You know, whether it be like Midwest, Mountain States, West Coast, at least in this country. You know, I'm not born in the United States.
Oh, where are you from originally?
I'm born in Russia.
Oh, Russia. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been here since you were young, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have the accent.
Yeah, no, English is my first language.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, less than a year there, so.
Sure.
I'm with the English, which is cool with me because I'd rather have English as a worldly person than Russian. No disrespect or anything. It's just there's more people and more industry
English.
and more information
Sure.
that's in English.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much anything in English you can translate to Russian, but it's a lot more difficult to go the other way.
Indeed.
You know.
Well, what do your parents think about everything going on right now?
They're in the same boat.
Question 2. How you doing today,
Yep.
sir? Doing well, thank you.
Minnesota. Nice.
What do you think about the whole COVID thing? You find anything suspicious about it?
Suspicious?
About the whole COVID outbreak?
I work at the hospital, so I see it every day.
Look into event 201.
Yeah, it was great being in the ER down in Los Angeles. And what was this? End of July. Fucking no mask on for 5 hours. Just like looking at the nurses, do I need a mask? No, you don't need a mask. Like this is Los Angeles County. Like, and I'm in the ER, and everybody else is at least 15 years older than me. That's patients. Like,
Sure.
what do you mean I don't need a mask on?
Sure.
You know, how can you guys downplay it? And then I go to the park and I see some chick in a Stanford sweatshirt, and I start talking to her, and she starts freaking out because she's
Sure.
in ER in a different state. You know, outside of California with a Stanford shirt on. And then I'm actually in LA County, right? It's like, what the fuck? You know, what the fuck?
Indeed. Yeah. In Seattle.
There we go. That's a horn.
We got a honk here from the old classic. Awesome. I've been waiting for that. There's been a lot of classics. First one we've heard the horn. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, they had different machinery back then. Well, you were just cruising through Yakima, the main drag. I mean, was there like a site you were going to see in town? Just spot that you like out here?
No, I like running through main streets in smaller towns.
I see.
You know, getting off the interstate. I went through the Yakima River Canyon out in Ellensburg.
Okay.
You know, got off, went through downtown, drove past the college and shit. I think they had like a soccer game on or something. So it's just freeing to be out here. You know, it's like I can just leave anytime I want. You know, if I'm like, hey, you know, I want to go south on the 97 through Portland, whatever. If I want to go out to Spokane and stay the night, you know, I've got tomorrow off. Don't have any time commitments. Got a few bucks with me. Got my phone, information. You know, I've got my car. Like, what else do I need? You know.
Indeed.
I'm filling myself up with my own satisfaction.
Very cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This is a good spot though, 'cause it's pretty much directly between Seattle, Portland, and Spokane. So
Right.
that's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, if I want to go for a fucking hike, like, I can just hike